Racenet's stable of bookies have come to the fore with their selections for Saturday's racing, headlined by Day 1 of the championships at Randwick. The Bagmen have done the form and provided their thoughts on all 4 Group 1 events at Randwick: the Doncaster Mile, TJ Smith Stakes, Australian Derby, and ATC Sires Produce Stakes. They have also offered their best and value bets. To download the PDF version of tips from the big bookies: James Wave Moneyball, Doncaster CONVERGE Race 9 number 20. Back in distance to a mile, having beaten a star in Anamoe 2 starts back before being left in the dust at 2000 m. Draws a great gate at the low weights and can handle the going. TJ Smith STKS, Eduardo, Race 8 number 2. He and Nature Strip are the 2 main dangers here, and feel he has the edge in these heavy conditions. Should sit on speed, and Nash Rawiller will have him going at the right time. Australian Derby, Hitotsu Race 7 number 1. Terrific first up at the mile last start, and is by far the class of the race. Won last spring off a slow speed in the Victoria Derby, and if he can get a similar race shape here, he should be replicating that effort. Sires Fireburn Race 6 number 12. Wanted to find some value this race, but just can't overlook her. Off balance at the 400 m, and still managed to storm home in the heaviest part of the track in the Golden Slipper. Best remark Race 4 number 7. Shown some real potential during his career. Breathing issues have been addressed and has drawn well on a preferred surface. Could well be the class of the race and just beat them. Value Rajan Race 7 number 11. Had a solid last preparation. Has had 2 trials in the lead up, so should have a good degree of fitness. Drawn well to sit off the lead pack, and is a chance to run a strong race at a good price. Glenn Munsid tab.au. Doncaster Just Folk Race 9 number 17. Outstanding wet track credentials plus has the ability to travel in the front half of the field in a race where the speed doesn't look high. Over the odds: TJ Smith STKS, Masked Crusader Race 8 number 3. Hoping Willie Pike rides him like he did in the William Reid and stays on the fence where I think the best ground will be. As they are stopping, he will be finishing hard. Australian Derby, Beno Race 7 number 15. Really liked the way he found the line on Monday at Newcastle, and has been a little forgotten as compared to Regal Lion. Double figures still value. Sires She's Extreme Race 6 number 13. No luck in the Golden Slipper, and still had the audacity to want to find the line over the last 100 m, after being stopped in her tracks hard to beat here. Best Jalmari Race 2 number 2. Danny Williams could have a great day with Shelby 66 later, but this bloke looks awfully hard to beat early in the card. If he repeats his Ajax Stakes run back to his own age, he wins. Value Commando Hunt Race 5 number 8. Superior wet track form, and was gallant at Tamworth after never being on track. Strong rider helps and has good form around a few much shorter in the market. Ryan Ingram Sports Bet. Doncaster Just Folk Race 9 number 17. Undefeated in the heavy, including last start at Rosehill when he was well backed late and rolled Ellsberg. I think they are both right in this race at good odds, and will be fighting out the finish. TJ Smith STKS, Nature Strip Race 8 number 1. Disappointing, but had a slow recovery in the Challenge Stakes when he started a short favourite. Third up and out to 1200 m, I expect him to hit back and claim a TJ Smith hat-trick. Australian Derby, Hitotsu Race 7 number 1. Think he'd be close to evens on a dry surface, and the way he's drifting we might get double that to find out if he handles the heavy. He's doing things that only proper horses do. Sires Fireburn Race 6 number 12. She's short, but is the only one to put her hand up so far in a weak juvenile crop. Won the Golden Slipper running away from them, and looks a live chance to win the Triple Crown. Best Stretto Race 2 number 16. Has come back in career best form, A dominant win last start at Sandown over this distance, and looks like he can go on with it here. Hard to beat. Value, Groundswell, race 9 number 4. Going well this preparation, great third up record and 1 from 1 at this track and distance. The camp like to space his runs, so no concern there, and we're getting a good enough price to go each way. Joshua Bell, Ladbrokes. Doncaster, Forbidden Love, race 9 number 16. She's beaten the handicappers and looks a standout in what is always a tricky and open race. She drops 8.5 kilograms from her last start win in the George Ryder, her second Group 1 win in a row. TJ Smith STKS, Eduardo, race 8 number 2. Was tough when holding out Shelby 66 in the Challenge Stakes, and his trial in between runs has him primed to be at his peak for this. He is a genuine wet tracker, who has won 3 from 4 on the heavy. Australian Derby, Sea Treasures, race 7 number 17. Sea Treasures impressed when winning at Newcastle on the heavy track on Monday, and looks a horse with plenty of upside. Has been $126 into $61 since the market opened. Sire's Showcourt, race 6 number 10. Was absolutely flattened at a crucial stage in the Todman Stakes, but I loved the way he picked back up and ran through the line to be beaten just 2 lengths. Ready to peak in this contest. Best Jalmari, race 2 number 2. Thought he was good in the Ajax Stakes when clocking closing splits better than horses going around in the Doncaster Mile. Should prove tough to beat. Value, Nerve Not Verve, race 4 number 7. Wasn't beaten far at Group 3 level behind Monegal last start, and they beat home the third horse by a good margin. She's a progressive type of stayer that will be rock hard fit heading into this. Paul Sebastiani, Bet Deluxe. Doncaster, Converge, race 9 number 20. If there is anyone who knows how to win this race, it is Guy Waterhouse. Converge is rock hard fit, gets in on the minimum, and has a great track and distance win here over Anamoe. TJ Smith STKS, Nature Strip, race 8 number 1. The best sprinter in the world, which is poised to win this race a 3rd time in a row. Has been set for this since his first up run, and will be hard to run down. Australian Derby, Hitotsu, race 7 number 1. Gets an almost identical setup to his Victorian Derby win. Wet track the query, but we get a great price to find out if he can handle the going. On a dry track, he'd be odds on for this. Sire's Let's Roll Thetis, race 6 number 3. Does not have the class of Fireburn and the like, but he has the conditioning over 1,400 m to run a strong race. Proven wet tracker, after swimming through a heavy track on debut win 2 starts back. Best Cardigan Queen, race 7 number 10. Should have won at Flemington last start, when being a victim of circumstance, cluttered up behind runners before storming home to run second. Wide barrier suits and she is ready to run a big race. Value, Riadini, race 8 number 8. A leader that comes well back in grade to a race he can control from the front. Craig Newitt being booked tells us this horse is going forward at all costs. Good each way bet. Brenton Holt, points bet. Doncaster, Forbidden Love, race 9 number 16. Forbidden Love chasing a hat trick of wins and drops 5.5 kilograms for this. Should push forward from the wide gate and prove hard to hold out in this year's renewal. TJ Smith STKS, Nature Strip, race 8 number 1. 3rd up today and chasing 3 in a row in this race. Unlucky first up after missing the start and pulled up with a slow recovery last start. Willing to forgive, suited here drawn wide and up to the 1,200 m. Australian Derby, Hitotsu, race 7 number 1. 2nd up today and has been set for this. Returned in good order winning the Australian Guineas, rises sharply in trip from the mile, but used the same formula to take out the Victorian Derby in the spring. Sire's She's Extreme, race 6 number 13. Had little luck in the Golden Slipper, never obtaining clear running and gives the impression the step to 1,400 m will suit. She will handle all